Hello everyone! I'm Mermaid Liv and this is Tail Talk in the Treehouse. I'm going to be doing something really special today. I'm going to be going through some old tails that I have made. We're talking back in, let's say, from 2013 to the present. You'll see a lot of changes, a lot of growth in my artistic abilities and my tail making. Unfortunately, I don't make very many tails. Actually, I haven't made a tail in over a year and a half or two. Sad. So I've got this pile of tails that I don't do anything with. I figured, hey, I can make a video about those. Maybe I can see if anyone's interested in purchasing them. Maybe you can repurpose them, use them as a base for a silicone tail. Use it as a costume, modify them, whatever, I don't know, they'd be pretty cheap. I'll go through each one, talk about everything wrong with them. So if anyone wanted to buy them, you should know everything that's wrong with them. I'm gonna lay it all out. Alright, let's begin with the first tail I've ever made. Leopard print or cheetah print or whatever. I don't know my big cats well enough to remember which kind it is. Okay. I'm a tall person, so all of these are pretty long. Here it is. It's got a decent shape to it. This would probably work well with a fin fawn or one of those kinds of monofins where it's like neoprene with a plastic insert and the little foot pockets. Yeah, so this was the first tail I ever made. I went through a lot of experimentation, alterations. Unfortunately, you can't really there's no way to put a monofin in unless you're going to put it in from the top and stretch it, or if you were to cut the bottom. But yeah, so this is it. It's been sitting in my grandparents' bench container thing with a bunch of old stuff, so it kind of smells like an old person's house. No offense to any old people. You know what I mean. So it is hemmed at the top. It doesn't have a waistband or anything, but it stretches. Honestly, this tail's not in bad condition. The only thing wrong with it is like the bottom is a little bit, well, the bottom on one side, I don't know if you can even see that, but there's some like holes in there. So, and oh man, this tail's a dinosaur. Straight up, this tail is so old. It's still in decent condition because I haven't worn it that many times since I quickly started upgrading my tails and making them even better. And then this one, a purple tail. This is the bottom of it. I sewed on this purpley, I don't know, it's chiffon, and I sewed these lines to make it look like, you know how a fin has lines, and that came off pretty much after one swim. So this one's not in great shape. It has a zipper at the bottom, seems to be broken. So yeah, broken zipper, but the bottom is open, so you can easily put in a monofin and fix that. Put Velcro or something. Yeah, there's a little hole here. And then I used this material to make like fins, and I learned the hard way that it wasn't waterproof material. It just shriveled up, curled right up after the first use. Yeah, so this tail kind of was a flop. No pun intended. But oh, the back has these little like spiky fins. I like those. Spiky, spiky. So that's kind of fun. Let me see what else is wrong with this. It's got a couple stains on it. It's also hemmed at the top, no waistband. So yeah, that's that tail. This fabric is pretty stretched out now that I'm trying it on. Here There's the butt spikies. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. And there's my goldfish tail. So shiny. This one's actually pretty nice. This is really good material. It feels pretty thick. It's got these pretty fins. It does have a lot of like scuffs, like where my heels were, where my knees were. It's not hemmed at the top, but that's something that could easily be done. The bottom is kind of a mess, so I used chiffon stuff, and I don't really know what happened. It looks a little ridiculous at the bottom. It's not all sewed together. Oh, there's also these like little spiky thingies. I don't know what to call those. And then these little ankle fins that are not lined up well. And after I sewed it, I was like, dang it, son of a fish. Yeah. Also, this part at the bottom is like really fraying. It's real worn right here. But the body of the tail is still in really good condition. Now, I've made tails for myself, and I've made a few tails for other people. I always put way more effort into it if it's for someone else. For mine, I'm just kind of like, let's get it done. I want this tail. I want to swim in this new tail. I made a lot of errors, so that's why most of these suck. Or I learned certain things not to do that, you know, just don't work out. Okay, this one was a great tail, beautiful when I first made it, bright, shiny fabric, but now it's kind of in tatters. There's a big hole in the side, I mean right where the seam is, so that would be an easy fix if you have a sewing machine, and then use the shape of the flute. I think that would fit pretty well with a lot of monofins. I used a finesse monofin, but I actually cut the finesse, the bottom of it, to be more mermaid shape. It has Velcro. Velcro still sticks. Yeah, so it's not open at the bottom, but it can be opened to put your monofin in. That would probably work with fin fun. I think my aqua mermaid fin would fit in there too. Yeah, so this tail has these pretty fins. I don't remember if I hemmed these or not on the sides, but if I did, that came off and got destroyed. But this is really pretty, like iridescent fabric. Got that on the side, and then on the front, it's got little fins, and they're kind of fraying. And then I sewed a waistband into it, but after so much wear and tear, whoops. I don't know, I think the stitching came undone, and so now it's like this. But I would probably leave that because it'd be easy to sew back on, and having a waistband is really good for a tail. Yeah, so overall, this one's pretty beat up. It's got a big scuff here, a bunch of holes. This tail was well used. So it's a bit of a fixer-upper. Here's the big honking hole. Any of these tails, you could use them, you could sew sequins onto them, make them look pretty. They need them, they all need makeovers, so if you think you're up for the challenge, hit me up. Slide into my DMs. And, oh, we're at the last one. I know I have more tails. I've made so many tails, but honestly, I don't even know where most of them are anymore. Okay, so this tail is special. I went through a experimentation process of using puff paint to draw on scales. This one I was doing the cool design, and the only problem is I got lazy. Didn't do the back. Also, look at this nice dorsal fin. Dang girl, nice dorsal fin. And some, once again, they were not lined up. These hip fins, that was my bad. This one has a waistband, but I don't know, it's losing its stretch. So if you wanted to finish doing the puff paint scales, you could do that. It's hemmed at the bottom, it's an open bottom. Here's the, oh no, it's all ripped over here. This fabric is pretty, it's got little gems on it, but I sewed it on inside out on the back, so the gems are facing in. Again, my bad. I need to stop rushing things. It's hemmed at the bottom here. That's one good thing. And let's see. I don't know why I stopped with like 3 inches at the top, but it did. So I don't have a mouth in it anyway. And that concludes this episode of Tail Talk in the Treehouse. Bye bye. And this is Tail Time in the Tree. Tail Touse in the Top Tree. And this is Trail Talk in the Tea. Y'all, can you say that 5 times fast? Tree Talk in the. Tail Talk in the Treehouse. Tail Talk in the Treehouse. Tail Talk in the Treehouse. Dang it! I came so close. Tail Talk in the Treehouse. 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 I don't remember how many that was. You tried.